Today, we're diving into a modern horror legend that comes to us from Karnataka, India, pieced together from stories told on online forums. It's this really chilling account of a student, the final exams that could make or break his future, and a desperate choice that led him right into a place with a truly terrifying secret.
So imagine this. This is the warning our main character gets just as he's leaving his old place. His roommate says it almost like a joke, but that one little sentence, well, it's about to become horribly real. It really sets the stage for everything that's about to happen. All right, let's set the scene. The year is 2016. We're introduced to Kartik, a really bright student who is facing, one of the biggest hurdles of his life, his board exams. The pressure is just immense. I mean, it feels like his entire future is riding on this.
And here's the core of his problem. Kartik needs to study, like, nonstop. But his roommates, they just want to have fun. They're loud, they're disruptive, it's a constant party. He quickly realizes that if he stays there, there is no way he's going to pass. He has to get out. So, with his exams getting closer and closer, and all the private hostels either full or way too expensive, Kartik is starting to panic. But then, he finds it, a government hostel right nearby. It's cheap, and the best part, it's known for being almost completely empty. To him, it sounds absolutely perfect, a quiet place to finally focus. But of course, the moment Kartik shows up, that perfect solution starts to look a lot less perfect. The building itself is the first major red flag. Honestly, it looks more like a ruin than a place for students.
And that feeling of dread just keeps building. The lock on his door is so old it's rusted shut. When he gets inside, the room is covered in a thick layer of dust, like no one's opened the door in years. The hallway is just this long stretch of closed, silent doors. Oh, and he's told that the few other people who live there all work night shifts, which means after dark, he is going to be completely and utterly alone.
So Kartik goes to the receptionist, a guy named Sudhir, and asks him about the hostel's really bad reputation. But Sudhir just brushes it off. He says, oh, it's all just rumors, stories made up by former residents, people with unstable minds, just to scare folks away from a good, cheap place to stay.
Kartik, trying to ignore his gut feeling, settles in to study. It's the middle of the afternoon, broad daylight, and that's when he sees it. Just out of the corner of his eye, right outside his window, there's a figure. Someone dressed head to toe in a black robe, just standing there, watching him. Now, who could that possibly be? The hostel is supposed to be deserted, right? And it's the middle of the day. He thinks for a second maybe it's another student, maybe they need help or something. So he gets up to check it out.
He swings his door open just seconds later, and the hallway is completely, totally empty. The figure is just gone, vanished. And right then, Kartik gets this sinking feeling that the rumors about this place might be a lot more than just stories.
So, fast forward to the next night. After a really long, stressful day of exams, that creepy vibe at the hostel is about to escalate into pure terror, because now the dark history of this place is finally going to come out. There's a knock on Kartik's door. It's Sudhir, the receptionist. But this is not the same calm, dismissive guy from before. He is visibly shaking, he's drenched in sweat, and he's begging Kartik to let him in. He whispers that he just saw the woman in the hallway. The act is up. And this is the hostel's horrible, horrible secret. Years ago, a woman who worked there got into a huge fight with the owner, right after she walked into the main corridor and set herself on fire. And the worst part? The owner just stood there and laughed. Dozens of students saw it happen, but not a single person did anything to help her.
Sudhir tells Kartik that right after she died, he heard her voice echo down that empty hall, making a vow. And that vow was, I will not let anyone live here. Her spirit, full of rage and vengeance, has been haunting the building ever since.
Okay, that is it. That's the last straw for Kartik. Exams or no exams, he is not spending one more second in that place. The only thing on his mind is grabbing his stuff and getting out, right now.
Sudhir is begging him not to leave, saying the spirit is way more active at night. Kartik doesn't care. He calls a taxi, throws his stuff into one suitcase, and just bolts for the stairs. But in his panic, he gets downstairs and realizes he left his other bag. He has to go back up.
The second he steps back into that dark corridor, he sees her, all the way at the other end. The figure in the black robe. It's a woman, and she's smiling at him. And slowly, she raises a hand, beckoning him to come closer.
And the weirdest thing happens. All of his terror just vanishes. It's replaced by this strange, hypnotic calm. He forgets about his fear, he forgets about his bag, and he just starts walking, slowly, steadily, down the hall, right towards her.
Just as Kartik is about to reach her, Sudhir bursts out of his office, grabs him, and yanks him back. The trance is broken. He shoves Kartik toward the stairs, just as the woman's smile twists into this horrible demonic shriek. They basically fall into the waiting taxi and tell the driver to just go.
You'd think the story ends there, right? But it doesn't. As they're speeding away, finally safe, Kartik sees something that makes him realize this entire night, it wasn't an accident at all.
Karthik looks in the rearview mirror and sees another car pulling up to the hostel they just fled. He asks Sudhir, "Who's that?" And Sudhir just says, very calmly, "My boss, the owner. I called him."
And then it all comes out. Sudhir confesses everything. For years, he has saved that cruel, awful owner from the ghost. 6 different times. But tonight, he decided he was done. He set a trap. He lured the owner to the hostel, knowing exactly who would be waiting for him. He left him to finally face the vengeful spirit he created all those years ago.
No one ever saw the owner again. We have no idea what happened to him that night. The legend just says that the hostel is still there, completely abandoned. A place where anyone foolish enough to stay either goes completely mad or simply vanishes forever.
And really, this whole story leaves us with one pretty unsettling question. The next time you check into a hotel room or maybe move into a new apartment, do you have any idea what happened inside those walls before you got there? Do you really know its history?